Jumping into a juicy piece of speculation that's been making the rounds. That's right, guys. We're talking about the potential split between renowned NFL tight end Travis Kelce and global pop sensation Taylor Swift. From their whirlwind romance to the rumors of a breakup, we're about to take a deep dive into all the details. As we delve deeper into their very fresh relationship, the magnifying glass is beginning to bear down on Taylor and Travis. The pair have found themselves under increased scrutiny with the pressure of constant attention, causing concern among their close circle. Evidence of this was seen during Taylor's 34th birthday. Despite rampant speculation of Travis planning a grand celebration, the day passed without his presence, sparking rumors of potential discord. This absence not only quashed rumors of extravagant birthday plans, but also amplified the scrutiny on the relationship. It's hard being one of the world's biggest pop superstars, and Taylor knows all about that life. It's hard being one of the world's biggest pop superstars, and Taylor knows all about that life. Do you guys think this couple is endgame, or is their romance coming to an end? Drop your thoughts in the comments section. The couple have had a hectic time juggling Taylor's concerts, Travis's football games, and meeting each other's families and friends. However, they've begun to find their footing, and this settling down could mean confronting tough realities. The source underscored that difficult conversations might be on the horizon, with malicious rumors being one of the many obstacles they've had to face. As Taylor and Travis continue to navigate the relationship in the public eye, they are also confronting the realities of their busy schedules. With both being successful individuals in their respective careers, it can be challenging to find time for each other amidst their busy schedules. However, this is also an opportunity for them to learn how to communicate effectively and prioritize the relationship. The anticipation for Taylor's new romance is palpable among fans, but the unveiling of this relationship has stirred up its fair share of disputes. Remarks made by Travis in the past have resurfaced, particularly his expressed desire on a podcast episode to seek out a breeder, in other words, a woman to bear his children, a comment many fans have deemed in poor taste. Moreover, allegations of Travis's infidelity have come to light. His former girlfriend, Kayla Nicole, discussed a public caution to Taylor during an interview with the Daily Mail over the summer. Kayla not only claimed that Travis was unfaithful to her, but also advised the pop star to be skeptical about his motives. The controversy surrounding Travis and his past actions has sparked conversations among fans about the importance of holding celebrities accountable for their behavior. Many argue that celebrities, especially those who have large platforms and influence, should be held to a higher standard and use their platform to promote positive values and beliefs. This also brings up the topic of how society treats women in relationships with famous men. Kayla's warning to Taylor highlights the potential challenges and dangers of dating someone in the public eye. While the blossoming relationship of the duo continues to unfold before the world's eyes, some followers are expressing concerns that an incident involving Kelce from 2018 might jeopardize their bond. A video that recently reemerged on social media captured that moment when Kelce, an 8-time All-Pro player, dropped his trousers in response to taunts from rival fans. This incident occurred during a match against the then Oakland Raiders, with Kelce ready on the sidelines to join the play as the rival fans barraged him with insults. The video's reappearance on social media isn't random, given that the Chiefs are set to host the Las Vegas Raiders at Arrowhead Stadium. The video's reappearance on social media was not random, but the particular video could potentially cause a rift between Kelce and Swift due to the different images they project to the public. Swift, a multiple Grammy Award winner, has meticulously maintained an image of class and elegance throughout her career. On the other hand, Kelce's past behavior, as witnessed in the video, contrasts starkly with Swift's polished persona. This divergence in public conduct could lead to disagreements and tension in the relationship. On top of that, if Swift perceives Kelce's past actions as a possible threat to her meticulously crafted image, it might prompt her to reconsider their bond. However, it's important to note that this incident occurred 3 years ago, and both individuals have grown and matured since then. It's also possible that Swift has already addressed the issue with Kelce and they've moved on from it. In a recent development, some folks have been buzzing with allegations that Taylor has been grooming Travis based on their so-called problematic mental age gap. Amidst the rumors that Taylor and Travis have parted ways, there have been some completely unfounded accusations that Taylor is Travis. To clear the air, these allegations are completely false. In fact, Travis is a year older than Taylor. They're both grown adults and they aren't doing anything wrong. On platform X, a user posted what seemed to be a satirical comment insinuating that the relationship was inappropriate. This user's post read, "Can we talk about the problematic mental age gap between these two and how Taylor might actually be grooming Travis?" Travis has multiple head injuries and suffers from CTE, leading to the huge mental age gap, which makes him vulnerable. This entire post is thought to be a joke, and let's hope it is. But it appears some might have taken the hoax seriously, particularly given Taylor's past. From split rumors to fake claims that Taylor is grooming her older boyfriend, the gossip is running wild at the moment. However, there's no solid proof to back up any of these storylines. There's been a lot of speculation and false information surrounding Taylor and Travis's relationship. The baseless accusations not only discredit the maturity and agency of both individuals, but also perpetuate harmful stereotypes about age differences in relationships. Anyway, next up, reports suggest that Travis and Taylor hit a rough patch over the holidays, and it appears Travis's brother Jason Kelce of the Philadelphia Eagles and Jason's wife Kylie might be at the heart of it. According to sources, things haven't been the same between the couples ever since the Chiefs lost to the Las Vegas Raiders on Christmas Day. The defeat, one of 3 in the last 4 games for the Chiefs, reportedly cast a shadow over the festive celebrations. Adding fuel to the fire, it seems Taylor isn't exactly getting along with Jason and Kylie. A source claims the discord came to a head in November when Kylie opened up about the increased attention her family has been receiving since Travis and Taylor went public with the relationship. Kylie remarked, "It's not particularly my cup of tea to be in the spotlight or in front of a camera." When asked about her presence at Chiefs-Eagles games, Kylie stated she prefers cheering from the stands, even if that means being in an opposing team's stadium. Travis has a lot of people that come to games appropriately so. Everyone loves to support him, but it means that it's a tight squeeze in there. She added, "It's fun to cheer and not feel like the entire room's rooting against you." These comments were widely interpreted as a veiled jab at Taylor Swift, and sources say Taylor herself took them as such. The situation has reportedly been awkward since then, with Taylor's friends suggesting that Jason and Kylie might be jealous of the buzz surrounding Travis and Taylor's relationship. When news of Taylor and Joe Alwyn's split broke back in April, it was reported at the time that it was because he had struggled with Taylor's superstar comeback following the release of her 10th studio album Midnights in October of last year and the announcement of her stadium tour. In stark contrast to Joe, Travis has been in the public eye as a star NFL player for several years and is used to celebrity attention. In addition to playing for the winning team in 2 Super Bowls, Travis has tried his hand at reality TV and even hosted Saturday Night Live. When Taylor and Travis were first linked together, a source revealed that the star liked the fact that Travis was understanding of her career. Speaking to ET Online, the insider explained, "Taylor wants a guy that's into his career, does his own thing, but is also supportive and understands her, and Travis fits those qualities." On to the next. Jason, Travis's brother, has publicly voiced his concerns related to the intense interest in Travis's private life, which has increased since he started dating Taylor. In an interview with NBC Sports' Peter King in October, the All-Pro center expressed his happiness for his brother's budding relationship, but also acknowledged the unusual level of fame accompanying it, a situation not often encountered by football players. He also expressed apprehension with the overzealous pursuit by the public. Remember when the Swifties dove into the decade-old Twitter post of NFL superstar Kelce? As you might recall, fans indulged in a digital archaeology expedition that revealed Kelce's endearingly simple and enthusiastic thoughts. Our dear Kelce was dubbed the affectionate name of a himbo, reflecting his joyful optimism in his posts. His candid tweets from a time before Twitter became X gave a glimpse of what one variety critic termed the most positive possible version of the internet, digging up your tweets from 2011. Kelce's tweets were reminiscent of a time when Twitter was a safe space for guys to express themselves without fear of judgment. However, our nostalgic trip was short-lived. Yes, some of Kelce's tweets were a tad offensive, making fun of fat people and ugly girls. He even used the R word, now recognized as a slur against disabled people. As a result, the internet's love for Kelce started to wane as people grappled with the nature of his offenses. Next up, interestingly, Taylor sought advice from Patrick Mahomes' wife rather than Travis's family during a challenging period over Christmas. Following a loss to the Raiders, Travis reportedly went through a difficult few days leading to a spat with Taylor, leaving her feeling hurt and confused. With Brittany's advice, Taylor decided to stay in Kansas City for the December 31st game against the Bengals, despite her concerns about it disrupting their New Year's celebrations. Fortunately, the Chiefs' victory and the couple's midnight kiss ushered them into 2024 together. However, friction has reportedly been brewing over Taylor bearing the brunt of travel and rumors of Travis's ambition to leverage their relationship for fame, aspiring to be like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Despite these issues, friends hope the couple can work through their problems. Recent rumors have also hinted at a potential engagement later this year, irrespective of their familial relationships. And finally, Travis is just not prepared to date quite a superstar. Even if he wasn't prepared for the level of attention that comes with being with Taylor, the Kansas City Chiefs tight end has admitted in a new interview that he has never experienced anything like it. In a profile for the Wall Street Journal, Travis reflected on constantly having the paparazzi stations outside of his home and being followed everywhere. He explained, "Obviously, I've never dated anyone with that kind of aura about them. I've never dealt with it. But at the same time, I'm not running away from any of it," Travis went on before saying of Taylor, "The scrutiny she gets, how much she has a magnifying glass on her every single day, paparazzi outside her house, outside every restaurant she goes to, after every flight she gets off, and she's just living, enjoying life." Travis ended with the clanger, "When she acts like that, I better not be the one acting all strange," which some fans couldn't help but interpret to be a veiled dig at Joe, her ex.
Travis Kelce might break up with Taylor Swift, and here's why. The two of them were on stage at the Eras Tour recently, with Travis carrying Taylor around, which was so adorable I could cry. But it's rumored that he's going to break up with her because of her alleged controlling nature, which would make me cry. It's said that Taylor has some specific rules for Travis that he must follow. Friends claim that Taylor has asked Travis to FaceTime her, not just text, when they're apart. According to an inside source, she didn't overtly say it, but she secretly wants to see where he is and who he's with. Taylor's a good judge of character and fears that some of his buddies are red flags. Still, neither she nor Travis are telling the other who they can or can't associate with. Apparently, that would be a relationship deal breaker for both of them. It seems that Taylor just wants him to make good choices. It doesn't seem like she's trying to be so controlling. This isn't all though, as it's also been reported that additional rules for Travis include not going to X-rated clubs and getting pictures with female fans. This rule is to avoid any misleading dating rumors, which may have caused a problem for them in the past. When talking about the rules, the source said they are not made for Taylor to control her boyfriend. It's because Travis is now under a huge microscope and his slightest move is monitored by fans and media. So these rules reportedly help them keep their relationship away from controversies. But these days, Taylor is all about her image, and of course her PR team would have a say as well. She's also been in the spotlight for years now, so it makes sense that she has developed some kind of a dating rules. Not only that, but Travis doesn't have the cleanest record when it comes to his love life. It's been said that he has cheated in the past and that he could do the same thing to Taylor, which is a big no-no. Maya Benbury dated Travis after winning his dating reality series called Catching Kelce. Soon after they split, she went on to accuse him of cheating on her while he was with sports broadcaster Kayla Nicole. She claimed that there was an overlap with their relationship. On Twitter she wrote, "When you and your ex broke up 5 months ago, but you find out via social media that he's supposedly been in another relationship for 6. For his part, Travis never spoke publicly about the claims made by Maya. He only said that it was fake news. He was also faced with allegations of infidelity during a brief breakup with Kaya in 2020. As we saw with Taylor's rules, she's scared that he's going to cheat on her, and if he cheats, it will be game over for this couple. But even with all this going on behind the scenes, the two of them seem to be happier than ever. Fans completely lost it when Taylor brought Travis on stage for her London show. There is a video of the moment he came out. Fans went from simply cheering to literally screaming. Travis was wearing a tuxedo and top hat for the surprise moment at London's Wembley Stadium. He fit right in with the two dancers. Fans continued screaming as Travis carried Taylor around for everyone to see and then placed her on a red couch at the center of the stage. This marked the first time the two of them appeared on stage together after the official announcement of their relationship on Instagram Friday evening, which is why fans were so shocked with how public they were going. The reaction from Swifties lit up social media, with many people praising Travis for handling the performance like a professional, even showing off some of his signature dance moves. One person wrote, "If you would have told me a year ago that Travis Kelce would be on stage with Taylor Swift, I wouldn't have believed you." Back in September of 2023, Taylor attended one of Travis's games. The singer was spotted watching the game from Travis's suite alongside his mother Donna. Taylor was later captured cheering as Travis scored a touchdown. Following the game, the two were seen walking out together. She then attended more games and they were spotted together a lot. There were rumors of their romance. Travis even denied it at one point, letting Taylor reveal the relationship when she felt comfortable. Then on December 6th, 2023, when Taylor was named Time's 2023 Person of the year. She gave a candid interview about everything from her past feuds to her love life. During the interview, she revealed how her romance with Travis came to be. She said, "This all started when Travis very adorably put me on blast on his podcast, which I thought was metal as heck. We started hanging out right after that, so we actually had a significant amount of time that no one knew, which I'm grateful for because we got to get to know each other. By the time I went to that first game, we were a couple. I think some people think they saw our first date at this game. We would never be psychotic enough to hard launch a first date." So Taylor is very aware of the general surprise people have shown in response to the public nature of her relationship, especially in comparison to her last long-term romance. Hopefully Travis is here to stay because he sure does make Taylor burst with happiness.
Maybe things aren't looking too good for our favorite couple right now. Like, are we just gonna forget the fact that his ex-girlfriend exposed him? So several years ago, Travis dated Maya Benberry, whom he met on a dating reality show. They only dated for a few months before breaking up. When Taylor and Travis's relationship went public, she warned Taylor that Travis cheated on her in the past. According to a now deleted tweet, she wrote, "When you and your ex broke up 5 months ago, but you find out via social media that he's supposedly been in another relationship for 6, referring to Travis moving on quickly with Kayla Nicole, whom he dated shortly after their breakup. A source claimed that Maya was lying, pointing out that in those 5 months of dating, there was no time to consider cheating. Fans also noticed Maya liking a comment calling Taylor a 5, which she unliked immediately, realizing the tweet was an unnecessarily rude comment towards the singer. Now, if you thought that was problematic, wait till you hear about his old tweets. Taylor's fans dug up some old tweets of Travis's, and while a lot of them were wholesome and silly, there were a few that were very questionable of his character. He tweeted some mean things about people's appearances and weight, one of them admitting that he fully judges people when he walks past them. He's also made misogynistic comments about women, in one tweet writing that he has to leave because he's being attacked by ugly girl. Yeah. And in another, he had an unnecessarily mean comment towards the Clippers dance team. Now, I'd be a hypocrite to fully condemn this man for his past problematic tweets because I'm sure if we all took a look at what our younger selves shared and posted in the past, we would be ashamed as well. However, these tweets were from like 2010 to 2011, so he was in his 20s. He wasn't exactly a young kid thinking mean things. And hopefully for Taylor's sake, he doesn't think like this anymore. Up next is the fact that he disrespects his coach. During this year's Super Bowl, things got extremely heated and viewers witnessed Travis getting a bit too into it when he was seen shouting in Coach Andy Reid's ear. According to Coach Reid, he wasn't at all swayed by the incident as he understood how heated Travis can get during games. Confirming that Travis was yelling at him to put him back in the game, he also commented that his behavior keeps him young. But even though all is forgiven, Travis admitted that he definitely crossed a line. He was super charged up in the moment, he only came back down when he made Coach Reid stumble. He said, "I can't get that fired up to the point where it's getting him off balance." So hopefully in future games, he learns to calm down a bit. Honestly, maybe bro has some unresolved anger issues because he literally fought a teammate last year. Last summer, it was reported that Travis lost it on fellow player Jack Cochran. They were completing a routine drill, the whole tossing and catching, you know how it goes, but then Jack attempted to get the ball from Travis, which resulted in him getting socked in the face. Now, Jack didn't do anything wrong as he was literally just playing the game, but it's clear that Travis does let his emotions get the best of him. And apparently this wasn't his first altercation with his teammates. Prior to this incident, he also got into a bit of a scuffle with other teammate DiCaprio Bootle while their other members intervened to de-escalate the situation. Travis did tweet about how he needs to be a better leader and teammate, but now he needs to put those words into action. Coming up next is the temper tantrum. The Chiefs were working on Christmas Day against the Las Vegas Raiders only to lose, which sucks, but hey, that's just the way things go. Anyways, by now we're more than familiar of Travis's emotional tendencies with the game, so what I'm about to say isn't gonna be all that surprising. So while the Chiefs were trying their best and fellow player Patrick Mahomes did his best to keep their team in good spirits, Travis was not having any of it. During the first quarter, things weren't looking good and it was clear that they were gonna lose the game. Fans watched Travis physicalize his frustration by throwing his helmet to the ground. And normally this would be a common sign of anger if we didn't know about his previous anger outbursts. Even Coach Reid tried shoving some sense into him before he went back out to play. I just think because he can afford it, some therapy would do him some good. Next up, their relationship is fake. A recent TikTok showed our favorite couple, Travis and Taylor, dancing the night away, celebrating his Super Bowl win. But according to the poster, it was video evidence that their relationship is nothing but a PR stunt. The user claimed that Travis was whispering to Taylor to keep their appearances up because the cameras were present. For one thing, you can't even see Travis's lips, so it's really their word against his, and you can't even hear what he's saying because the camera cameras too far away and the music was way too loud. For all we know, Travis could have told her he took the wildest dump earlier that day, we never know. Next up, the NFL fans hate her. So within weeks of Taylor and Travis hard launching their relationship, NFL fans were the least happy about it, especially because the NFL literally milked it to their advantage, promoting them on social media and even mentioned Taylor in their Instagram bio. Like most trends, their relationship got old and they stopped, but that didn't stop fans from expressing their dislike towards the singer. Like they booed at her ad, as if that would do anything. And every time she shows up to a game, she's met with more booing, and there was even a time someone shouted at her that she ruined the sport, which makes no sense because how does her presence affect the sport? She's literally doing what a typical girlfriend would do. I'm not sure if this is a good or bad thing, probably both, but luckily for her, she's no stranger to hate, so this barely affected her. Coming up next, they're moving way too fast. Fans believe that Taylor moved on too fast considering her breakup with former boyfriend of 6 years, Joe Alwyn. This was long forgotten because engagement rumors already started about a month into them making their relationship public. There were headlines of the two discussing marriage and a 5-year plan, or Travis retiring football early to settle down with Taylor. There were even claims that Travis planned to get down on one knee on Valentine's Day, but that clearly did not happen considering they were too busy with world tours, Super Bowl preparation, etc. Now they're saying that by summertime they'll be engaged, but I call BS. What do you think? Next up, Donna Kels does not approve. It was believed that Mama Kels did not initially approve of their relationship. She was interviewed earlier on when their relationship was still fresh, and when she was asked how it was meeting Taylor Swift, she gave a dry, "It was okay." Fans thought this was enough to prove that Taylor did not get the stamp of approval, but you also have to remember that before that, Donna said she doesn't really want to talk about her son's new relationship because it's fairly new. So really, it wasn't anything against Taylor per se, but there wasn't much to go on since it was their first few times of meeting. I mean, maybe she wanted to scope her out some more before she could form a real opinion on her son's new girlfriend. And if any recent pictures are anything to go by, I think it's safe to say that she does approve now. But if Donna doesn't approve, what about Travis's dad? Upon meeting Travis's dad, Ed, he didn't even know her name, so they were already off to a good start. I'm just kidding, but Ed had nothing but raving reviews about Taylor. He shared that he was surprised she wasn't anything like he thought she would be. He assumed she would fall into the stereotypical artist type, you know, like being a diva and thinking everyone is beneath you type of thing. Ed noticed she was nothing but a sweetheart and was super down to earth as well, which doesn't come as shocking to fans anyway. He also mentioned how she literally picked up after everyone at their VIP suite during a game, which surprised him the most. Taylor definitely passed his vibe check, as Travis later shared that his father listens and borrows her CDs from his local library. So realistically speaking, I don't think Taylor will be breaking up with Travis anytime soon. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Apparently, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce's relationship is fake. Yep, you heard that right. A document was recently leaked that shows that Taylor and Travis both signed a contract for their relationship. Now, since the beginning of them getting together, a lot of people screamed that their relationship was fake and PR. It was dismissed as a weird theory, but now it might be true. A football legend and an iconic pop star getting together has made them a power couple. But was it all fake? Now, the paperwork, which appears to have been created by Los Angeles-based firm Full Scope, reveals a strategy to make their split and says that the date for the announcement is September 28th. It outlines a supposed plan to release an official statement at the end of this month, 3 days post-breakup, to allow the initial media frenzy to settle and ensure clarity. It adds that the announcement will be gracious, respectful, and stress mutual respect. Laying out what the statement would say, they write, example, Travis and Taylor have decided to part ways after careful consideration. They both value and respect each other's personal lives and appreciate your respect for privacy during this time. They're both committed to their careers and personal growth. They remain friends and wish each other the best. Now, the paperwork also states that the announcement would focus on Travis's personal growth by framing the breakup as a natural part of life. It will also highlight his commitment to his career and his ongoing achievements in the sports industry. Now, they also plan to send it to major media outlets with a press release to ensure broad coverage. However, a spokesman for Full Scope insisted that these were entirely false and fabricated and were not created, issued, or authorized by this agency. Now, the representative also said they've called in lawyers, though they are not expected to find the culprit. Now, Now, Taylor Swift and her reps have not spoken out about it, but Travis is represented at the US firm by Jack Keto-Sin and Pia Mahali. Now, Jack has admitted to putting together showmances where celebrities are set up for publicity before, which clearly raises some eyebrows. Featuring in an Australian podcast for Mamma Mia's The Quickie in 2019, Jack said the fake romances are generally put together if one has a film or something to promote, or to distract from unappealing publicity like a project flop. He said at the time, it's to be able to sell the hype of it, whether a concert, album, or getting people to go see the movie. It's all about the hype at the moment. And let me tell you, everything for the past year has been about Taylor and Travis. There definitely is hype. Now, this isn't the first time that Taylor has been accused of being in a PR relationship. It's been said that Taylor and Tom Hiddleston were a PR relationship to avert attention away from her breakup with Calvin Harris back in 2013. Taylor and Tom dated briefly for around 3 months before calling it quits in September 2016. Not to mention, a lot of people believe that Taylor is actually a lesbian and she's using these relationships to cover up her sexuality. I mean, it definitely is a possibility, and with a contract being leaked, it's just adding more fuel to the fire. Now, the Gaylors on Twitter are going crazy over this. Now, I just wanted to mention that Taylor has alluded to this many times and has flagged that she's queer, so this isn't just a crazy made-up theory. There's actually a lot of proof, but that's not what we're talking about today. Like mentioned before, many people speculated that Taylor and Travis's relationship could have been PR. Taylor was already the biggest pop star in the world, and it would boost Travis's career, not to mention get more people, especially young girls, to watch more NFL games. Now, Travis has grown in popularity as he has starred in many commercials and has gotten a lot of new jobs. Travis is now hosting a brand new TV show, and the show in question is a reboot of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, renamed as Are You Smarter Than a Celebrity. Now, he also has a podcast with his brother, Jason Kelce, and they received a new contract. It's said that a deal between the Kelce brothers and the company Wondery have come to the decision that the podcast will run for 3 years and is worth more than $100 million. That's a nice heyday. Then, during one of Taylor's shows in Europe, Travis made an appearance on stage and joined the singer in her performance. During her segment of the Tortured Poets Department era, she falls to the ground and 2 of her dancers pick her up and do a little skit, making her get ready for the next song, I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Now, the skit itself is comical, but this time, instead of just the 2 dancers to get her ready, Travis also joined them on stage. Now, the crowd went wild, and I can't blame them. Taylor pretended to fall unconscious, and Travis gave her an assist, picking her up and carrying her across the stage. Taylor then changed into a jacket and heels, and Travis even pretended to fix her makeup. Now, he also showed off some of his signature dance moves and gave one more big smile before exiting the stage. It was honestly so cute, but now begs the question, was this just a ploy? Now, a lot of people are now believing that the relationship is fake, with one user on Twitter saying, calling lawyers and telling the Daily Mail screams the docs are real and the couple is fake, which we've known is fake since day one. Only guilty people panic over fake docs. Just my opinion. And yeah, I kinda gotta agree with this. It will be interesting to see if Taylor's team puts out a statement, especially her PR rep, Tree Payne. Tree means business, so if she comes out and says it's all fake, then I'll believe it.
Oh my god.
Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce have been the it couple this year, but are Taylor's strict rules for him going to push him away? I guess only time will tell, but it appears that Travis is not happy about it at all. Now, as Travis has quickly learned with the global sensation that Taylor is, she is a master at shaping her public image. She does everything purposefully and leaves nothing up to fate. Plus, she has one of the best PR managers ever, Tree Payne. And Tree always looks out for Taylor's best interests, so she isn't afraid to tell the star the hard truth and make some tough decisions. Now, it seems like this isn't really Travis's style though, as one source said, but he has no interest in playing a calculated media game if it's going to make him think twice about every move he makes. That's not his style. But hey, that's something that you just have to accept when you're dating one of the most famous people in the world. Now, friends claim that Taylor has asked Travis Travis to FaceTime her, not just text, when they're apart, shares the source, noting that she didn't overtly say it, but she secretly wants to see where he is and who he's with. Taylor's a good judge of character and fears that some of his buddies are red flags. Still, neither she nor Travis are telling the other who they can or can't associate with, notes the source. That would be a relationship deal breaker for both of them. Now, it seems like Taylor just wants him to make good choices. It doesn't seem like she's trying to be so controlling. Now, something else that Taylor seems to have an issue with is Travis's wardrobe. And I mean, I can't blame her. I've seen some pics of clothes he's worn in the past and they are just straight up ugly. Though she admits she's no fashionista, Taylor splashed out $500,000 to help Travis dress better, alleges the source, pointing out that the singer's own Super Bowl look alone cost over $60,000. She said she loves that he likes to take chances with his style choices, but some of his outfits have been suspect. He's at an all-new fame level, so stepping it up with designer duds is just part of the deal. Taylor says she's not changing him, it's an evolution. Now hey, if Taylor's willing to splash out on cash for his new look, why not embrace it? Now the source also said the bottom line is that she feels they really could be endgame. She doesn't want to control him, just help. He's under a microscope now more than ever, noting the headline-making athlete currently appeared in commercials for at least 6 major brands and filed 5 merchandise trademark applications last year to expand his off-field businesses. Taylor loves Travis and thinks these rules will help things with their romance as well as his career stay on the rails. And ultimately, adds the source, they're both committed to doing whatever it takes to make their relationship strong. Now this isn't all though, as it's also been reported that additional rules for Travis include not going to strip clubs and getting pictures clicked with female fans. Now this rule is to avoid any misleading dating rumors which can cause miseries between Travis and Taylor. But as it appears, the Chiefs star broke this rule when he went out to a club with Patrick Mahomes as he continued his Super Bowl celebration. He visited a club in Las Vegas on February 23rd, and according to Daily Mail, Travis Kelce was spotted surrounded by women and was seen speaking to some of them as they partied together. Now, I'm gonna be honest, these 2 rules seem a little bit ridiculous to me. Yes, was Travis a little out of control after he won the Super Bowl? Yeah, I'd say so. But listen, he won the Super Bowl. That's not something that happens every day, and he should be able to celebrate it however he wants. Now Travis chugged beer and gulped from a funnel in the street, he used the trophy as a liquid luge, and according to one social media commenter, had been drinking Don Julio tequila since 10 a.m. When Trav took the stage at the end of the parade route, he launched into a sloppy, slurred version of Garth Brooks' country classic Friends in Low Places. Now teammates had to hold him up until quarterback Patrick Mahomes finally pulled the microphone away. I knew Travis was gonna be messy, but Kelce is lit, a fan wrote on Twitter. Another branded him a sloppy drunk, and another person tweeted, "Love Travis, but this is embarrassing." Hey, he was enjoying himself how he saw fit though, and it's not like Taylor can control that, can she? Now talking about the rules, the source said that they are not made for Taylor to control her boyfriend. No, that's not the case. The Chiefs star is now under a huge microscope and his slightest move is monitored by the fans and media. So these rules reportedly help them keep their relationship away from controversies. And hey, I get that, I just don't think they should necessarily be referred to as rules. It's good that they have certain things in place to protect each other, but could this be going too far? I guess we'll have to wait for all this to play out, but I think the pair make the cutest couple.
So here's the real reason Travis Kelce's family doesn't trust Taylor Swift. So maybe Taylor isn't necessarily in the best graces of her man's family. Apparently they've been feeling a certain way with her and the recent development of their relationship and where they're at now. There's a ton of speculation over Travis Kelce's parents' real thoughts on Taylor, and most of them seem good for the most part, until now that is. It kinda started during the really early times of their relationship, as in just a couple of months ago when Taylor started showing up at his games. This was huge for a multitude of reasons. The fact that this really showed Taylor as the supportive girlfriend, especially because she's literally still actively touring right now. She's somehow managing, juggling, attending several games, plus traveling the world because of her world tour. Anyways, fans began to question Travis's mother, Donna Kelce, after an interview on the Today Show where she was pretty much only asked about her son and Taylor. When she was asked how meeting Taylor was, she said that it was okay and also mentioned that she prefers to not talk about details about the relationship because it was still too new to know anything. However, Taylor's fans did not appreciate the tone of voice she used. They believed that she was very dismissive about Taylor and meeting her. This caused a stir among the fan base, with one fan writing, "If you don't want to talk about it, then don't. She comes off as rude and kind of flippant." While another said, "Not a great answer. Donna sounds annoyed by Taylor. She could have tried a bit harder." And while it's understandable why they thought this, if you look back at clips between Donna and Taylor at the game, they seem to get along just fine. Some fans even defended Travis's mother, saying that she had every right to not talk about her son's new relationship with the pop star and probably wasn't aware she was coming off negatively. Others said that that might just be her natural voice. Maybe it's kind of like how people have an RBF. She has that, but for her voice, who knows? Anyways, aside from this, there were reports that they were distrustful of her partially because of the amount of fame she has. As parents, you'd probably be worried sick if your kid suddenly got involved in a super public relationship with the world's biggest star. Now, it's not like Travis Kelce was a nobody turned somebody. He already had quite the following as a player on the Kansas City Chiefs. However, the transition from local popularity to world-class recognition is no easy feat, so you can understand why his parents might have felt just a little uneasy following the development of their relationship at the time. Other claims they were mostly worried for their son's overall safety and well-being. Aside from getting used to cameras following his every move on a daily basis, there's also privacy issues that come with this, like obsessive fans and weirdos with the potential to harm you. Taylor Swift is definitely no stranger to the idea of scary people following you and showing up at places they have no business showing up at. But this is something that Travis might not have had to deal with before, at least to that extent. Sources said that his parents and even his brother Jason, who is also a football player, have grown cautious when it came to talking about Travis and Taylor. They worry they would say the wrong thing, say it in a certain way, which would mean trouble for both Travis and Taylor. It's not every day one of their sons dates a mega superstar like Taylor Swift. However, regardless of their concerns, they are more than willing to tread water safely just for the sake of Travis's happiness. And since then, both of his parents, Donna and Ed, have nothing but great things to say about Taylor. It's almost like they just got over that awkward bump of meeting someone for the first time before you realize that they're actually okay. According to Ed, he described Taylor as someone who was very sweet after he noticed that she picked up after everyone during a game. It was one of the first times they just met at one of Travis's games, and they were all situated at the VIP box. There were food wrappers and garbage literally everywhere, which were purposely left for the workers to clean up. But Taylor went out of her way to pick stuff up and throw it out herself. This amazed Ed, as he did not expect this from a huge star like herself. He fully expected some diva-like behavior, but this changed his perspective completely. He said, "And I'm just thinking, I don't think she got the diva memo. She didn't get the spoiled musician, she doesn't know how to pull that off, and that really to me said a whole lot." He also called her genuine, charming, and very smart. Just recently, Donna had more to say about her son's new girlfriend, and instead of an unclear answer, she said that Taylor is a very, very nice person. So at this rate, Taylor definitely got the stamp of approval from both parents. Though definitely still a little bit cautious at the amount of fame they've been getting, she trusts Travis and how he moves forward, with Taylor and in front of the public eye. That being said, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Today on Beyond the Screen, we are talking about secrets from Taylor Swift's past that could destroy Travis Kelce. At number 10, we have how she wrote most of her albums about Joe Alwyn. It's no secret that Joe Alwyn was her longest relationship. They were together for 6 years and quarantined together. So they had more than enough time to not only get to know one another on a more personal level, but out of the spotlight as well. Because of this, he was the inspiration behind part of the Reputation album, Lover Evermore, and Midnights, which got him the title of most albums written by Taylor Swift. Now, not every single song was written about him, but there were definitely more about him than anyone else. And with Taylor Swift touring, she probably isn't writing any new music. Or not much at least. It's safe to say that Travis won't be getting his song for a while. At number 9, we have how she was 19 when she dated John Mayer. Now, it's not a secret that she dated him, because she wrote multiple songs about him, and even wrote one recently about the ifs of their relationship.
Their entire relationship dynamic was strange to say the very least, considering John was in his 30s. So we can bet that Travis has more than a few questions about her questionable dating past. The best part is that John didn't think he deserved to be humiliated through song, and it was a lousy thing for her to do. It's ironic, isn't it? At number 8, we have how she dated someone who was much younger than her. Her social reps made a point to try and avoid the short-lived relationship, but real Swifties know what happened. She and Connor Kennedy had a very short fling, and the entire family actually cut ties with Taylor after the debacle. Said debacle in question was the fact that she and Connor crashed a family wedding. Originally, he wasn't gonna go to the event, but when he and Taylor had their thing, he asked if he could go and bring her as well. Well, the mother of the bride said no because it would have taken a lot away from the bride, which no one wanted. Well, they decided to show up anyway because he didn't tell Taylor that she was unwelcome. And of course, she was swarmed and ruined the couple's big day. And because Taylor didn't really know what was happening, she didn't realize she was unwelcome because of course, people were excited to see and meet her. The entire situation was awkward, and we're happy that Travis's mom likes hanging out with her. At number 7, we have when she dated Calvin Harris. They dated for a year, and their relationship wasn't exactly secret, even if they were relatively private with it. When they broke up, apparently it was amicable. Well, that friendliness soon turned to hostility when he started dating Katy Perry and turned on Taylor almost instantly. When she and Katy had their big fight, the one that caused Taylor to write Bad Blood, he posted some really nasty things about her and claimed that she was attacking Katy for no reason and he wouldn't just sit back and watch it happen. Well, afterwards he apologized because his response seemed a little biased, considering they were ex-lovers. I'm sure Taylor tries to hide that one in the back of her mind. At number 6, we have her fling with Tom Hiddleston. What they had was like something mythical that gave the internet whiplash. They were spotted on a beach together in Rhode Island, and a month later, she showed up to her 4th of July party wearing a tank top that said I Heart TS on it. It was a short-lived whirlwind of a relationship, but Tom told Hollywood Reporter that it wasn't a publicity stunt, and he was in fact dating her and they were happy together. It ended shortly after that, but there were little hard feelings between them. Now, Travis might be a big shot football star, but the fact that she managed to lock down Loki for a couple months might have a toll on his ego. At number 5, we have her Matt Healy fling. What they had was short-lived and very secretive, and he ended up being super disrespectful towards her. Their relationship was very short-lived, dropping subtle hints at one another during concerts by mouthing secret messages that the fans thought were directed at one another, and referencing one another while they performed. However, Matt said some pretty controversial things and had some of his actions taken way out of context, which earned him a negative title. However, during an interview, he said he wasn't actually dating Swift because it would be demasculating, and he would never want to. So I guess they never were really an item. But it's still someone Travis will have to avoid being. At number 4, we have her being notorious for writing breakup songs. It's not a secret, she is in fact the queen of breakup songs. But now Travis has the pressure on him from Swifties and NFL fans alike because no one wants to be the name in a Taylor Swift breakup song. Another little secret about her is that she can write a song in 30 minutes, and it's one of her best personal records. So if he does something wrong or something goes awry between them at this point, she could have a breakup song banged out in no time, which is probably stressful for him. At number 3, we have the social pressure. They're both big name people, and with the media following every single step in their relationship, it puts a strain on their relationship as a whole. Because now there's always people making fun of them, and she's always on the Jumbotron, and he was made fun of for wearing pants that matched her curtains. Now the entire world has eyes on them, and they get little to no privacy. It even got to the point where Taylor had to rent out an entire diner just so people wouldn't approach them when they were out on a date. The strain of their careers, mixed with the strain of the public eye, plus the stress of dating in your 30s, it can be really hard on a person. At number 2, we have her parents. We don't know whether or not he's met Taylor's parents yet, but something to note about them is that they are very supportive of Taylor and her career. So if he's getting in the way of that, they may not take too kindly to them. Not to mention, if he disrespects her, they're gonna hear about it, and they won't hesitate to say something. That's exactly what happened to Kanye West after the 2009 VMAs incident. Her parents gave Kanye a piece of their mind, and he ended up apologizing. Now, imagine it was one of her boyfriends who did that. I'm sure her father would not stand for that. And last but not least, at number 1, we have the amount of pressure she puts on herself. In multiple interviews with different people, but Ellen especially, we get a more insider view of how she secretly feels about herself and her music. She said that she was always scared that she would be framed for something she didn't do or say and it would ruin her career. And she's even more scared that the world is gonna hate her music, and she'll receive 1-star reviews from the Rolling Stone. These are both very valid fears, especially when you're as big as she is. But now Travis has to get to know that and be cautious of her feelings about these things, and be supportive of her fears and worries, especially with her dating track record. At the end of the day, we hope for the best for both of them, and we're excited to watch their relationship grow. If you enjoyed this video, you can leave a comment down below, and if you're looking for daily celebrity content, you should follow the channel. This has been Beyond the Screen, and thank you for watching.
Loving Taylor Swift is red because she's full of red flags apparently. Like, did you know Travis's mother doesn't approve of their relationship? When Taylor and Travis's relationship was still fresh to the public, it was believed that Travis's own mother, Donna, did not approve of them and that she secretly hoped for their downfall. This is because of an interview she did on the Today Show where she said that she doesn't like talking about their relationship. How did that get mistranslated as her disliking Taylor? Well, some people believed she was super vague because she didn't want to say how she really felt, otherwise she would get hate from Taylor's fans. They also thought it was weird that she described her interaction with Taylor as just okay. However, it's clear that Donna just doesn't want to speak about her son's personal life in general. She's there to support her kids and their careers, not spill secrets and opinions about her son's new girlfriends. Next up is her entire career. So Taylor is notorious for her music, likely because a lot of them are about past exes. And throughout her career, she's dated a lot of famous guys and have written songs about it, which brings me to my next point, how her career might cause problems for their relationship. Some people are actually worried that Taylor will end up writing about Travis if things go south for them. I mean, even if they did and she writes another hit song about them, what is the big deal? Travis is a grown man, very capable of himself and his feelings. Surely he knew exactly what he was signing up for the moment he and Taylor started seeing each other. Taylor also writes songs about the better parts of her relationships, so we could also just get a positive song about it as well. We'll just have to see. Next up is her number 1 priority. Make no mistake, Taylor's career is her number 1 priority amongst other things. And your significant other putting their career over you is a major red flag in most relationships. However, Taylor seems to prioritize and organize her time very well. We see her attending as many of Travis's games as she possibly can while she's literally doing a world tour right now. Or technically not right now because she's still on a break. But in the last few months of last year, Taylor was going through it. She was traveling here, there, everywhere, just so she could balance her concerts and see Travis. And if you travel a lot, you know how hard that can be. This excessive amount of traveling has given Taylor a bad reputation among climate activists who think her carbon emissions are way too much. You know that saying, if they wanted to, they would? Taylor exemplifies that by 1,000. Next up are the engagement rumors. So last week, people were debating over whether Taylor and Travis were getting engaged or not. The streets are saying they were, but I think otherwise. The first time these rumors came about was sometime in November, aka 2 months into them going public as a couple. Neither of them properly acknowledged these claims as they were quickly forgotten. But now the media is actually convinced that they got engaged sometime during the holidays. No, there's no actual proof to back up these statements aside from some so-called sources. One other source even claimed that when summer comes, they'll definitely be engaged. Another said that they'll be engaged by Valentine's Day. And I don't know about you, but I think the media needs to slow their roll. They haven't even been dating a year yet. Coming up next are the diva allegations. So Taylor is never beating the diva allegations. However, there are a few people who think otherwise. Unlike Travis's mother, Travis's dad, Ed, had plenty to say about his son's new girlfriend. Praised the singer for not falling into the stereotypical artist type, and by that he meant that she wasn't spoiled or thought she was above others. During one of Travis's games, he sat by Taylor and noticed she would get up and clean up after everyone, which surprised him a lot. He called her sweet, charming, and down to earth. And he's not the only one. According to fellow player Patrick Mahomes' dad, dad, Patrick Mahomes Sr., he literally said the same thing. When he approached her to introduce himself, she already knew who he was and was familiar with his work. He also shared that every time he saw her, she would just act like a normal person and was very genuine. Coming up next, his fans hate her. To say that NFL fans hate her is putting it lightly. And you know when your fans dislike someone, it can be a sign. Yeah, not in this case. They don't like Taylor simply because she's Taylor Swift and she infiltrated their love of sports just by showing up. They will literally boo at the mere mention of her whether she's even there or not, like the time they booed at one of her ads playing, or the time she came up on the big screen and a chorus of booing was heard. Taylor is aware of this because how could she not? But all she had to say about that is she previously had no idea that she was being shown that much to the point of angering the dads, Brads, and Chads. Next up is the fact that she's way too famous. Being famous has its perks, but dating the Taylor Swift comes with a lot of cons as well, like the fact that they pretty much went into hiding the first real couple of months into their relationship. Taylor shared that after Travis first shared that he failed to shoot his shot with her on his podcast, that's when she first reached out and the rest is history. However, no one even knew that they were seeing each other until September, which was when they decided to go public. So while Travis is already a celebrity in his own right, he was never on Taylor's popularity level, which could pose a ton of future issues for the two. But he's not letting that stop him from dating Taylor. If anything, he's just in constant awe at the level of grace Taylor handles her fame. Next is she's way too confident. Once Travis and Taylor went public, fans and media went FBI mode and looked up anything and everything they could about him. And they found an old dating show he was on to find his perfect match. He rejected one of the girls because he didn't like that she was too confident. He said, "I love your confidence, but at times it does get overconfident. It kind of shows arrogance. I have been attracted to women like that my entire life, and those relationships didn't work out because of that." This kind of rubbed people the wrong way, as some fans believe it screams insecure, toxic masculinity. So hopefully he doesn't view women's confidence the same way he did in 2016. Otherwise, he will be no match for Taylor, who is very confident herself. Next up, she's a liar. One major red flag in dating is dating a liar. And for some, that's exactly who Taylor is. If you remember her older songs and career history, she was a country artist. She sang with a southern accent and was taking the country scene by storm. However, it seemed like the accent was fake because she wasn't originally born in Nashville either. While she did move to Nashville in her later teens, she was technically born and raised in Pennsylvania, so not the most country-sounding state, which also sparked conversations over whether she was a real country artist or not. People believed she lied to her entire fan base for years when she technically didn't. It's not like she kept her birthplace a secret, and you don't have to be from Nashville to be considered a real country singer. And last but not least, her relationship with Joe Alwyn. So, not to bring up her ex, even though that's exactly what I'm doing, but the way they ended could be a sign for Travis. As we all know, Taylor and Joe were supposed to be endgame. They dated for 6 years, breaking the record of Taylor's longest long-term relationships ever, and no one really knows why. When Taylor released her song You're Losing Me, it was obvious it was about her and Joe, as she'd written the song back in 2021. She and Joe broke up just last year, so that means Taylor was definitely thinking ways of their relationship for quite some time. So fans wonder if Taylor could end up doing the exact same to Travis, the idea of breaking up fresh in her mind, but dragging it along for a couple of years, which isn't very ideal for either party. It's too early to tell if that'll happen, but knowing Taylor, she will write a song about them regardless of what it's about. So, how are we feeling about Travis? Is he forever material? Feel free to share. As always, that's all I have for today, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Now that they're pretty much confirmed that they're dating, these are top 10 dirty secrets that Taylor Swift is hiding from Travis Kelce. Starting at number 10, we have plagiarism. In 2017, Taylor was sued for her 2014 song Shake It Off, with fellow songwriters Sean Hall and Nathan Butler claiming she stole lines from their song, Players Gonna Play, that was released back in 2001. They said that Taylor took the Players Gonna Play and Haters Gonna Hate from their song. Their lawyers advised that this was enough evidence to go after Taylor for copyright infringement. However, according to Taylor's team, she had never even heard of their song prior to writing Shake It Off and said that it was sheer coincidence. Taylor's lawyers also argued that the lyrics were too brief, unoriginal, and uncreative enough to even be eligible for the Copyright Act. They also argued that in the early 2000s, music back then had similar lyrics, so it's not like Sean and Nathan were the first to create those lyrics. Fortunately for Taylor, both parties reached a settlement right before the trial could proceed, and fans are just glad that it's finally over. Her music is banned. Last week, Taylor's music was actually banned from one radio station in particular. In the southern eastern part of Pennsylvania resides one radio station who publicly forbid any and all of Taylor's music be included in their daily set list. This ban is completely temporary though, and the radio station hosts have nothing personal against Taylor. And no, they're not haters either, they just really want the Philadelphia Eagles to win their game that happened just a few days ago. It was between them and the Kansas City Chiefs, aka the team Taylor's new man, Travis, plays for. The host told their listeners that they wanted their hometown and the team themselves to focus on the game, and that meant removing any possible distractions like Taylor's music apparently. Buster Satterfield, the radio director, said, Q102 loves Taylor Swift as much as the rest of the world, but this weekend the only Swift and Kelsey we recognize play for the Birds. And luckily for them, this seemed to do the trick as the Eagles won 21-17. Next at number 8, we have the court case. Taylor and former radio talk show host David Mueller went head-to-head on a case dealing with inappropriate misconduct. It occurred sometime in 2013 when Taylor was on her Red Album World Tour. During her Colorado stop, a local radio station was holding some type of meet and greet event. Before it started, Taylor was taking pictures with David and his then girlfriend when she experienced some unnecessary touching on her backside. She did not hesitate in telling the staff and her own team, and David was left jobless the following morning. 2 years later, David tried to sue Taylor for defamation, where he also accused her of lying and claimed his innocence, arguing they had the wrong guy. In the end, though, he was found guilty, and though in the original lawsuit called for Taylor to grant him $3 million, Taylor made him pay just $1 single dollar. Next at number 7, we have the wardrobe malfunction. During a recent concert earlier this week, Taylor was in the middle of her concert when she suffered from a nearly catastrophic wardrobe malfunction. Yes, I'm being overdramatic because it really wasn't all that bad, because the heel of her right boot came off, which rendered the boot useless. In a video taken by a fan, Taylor was seen standing and was about to perform when her stance was a little bit off. She seemed to shrug it off before she decided against it and checked the boot, which was pretty much broken. In that moment, she removed the bottom of the boot and chucked it towards the audience, which earned her excited screams as many wanted to take it for themselves. You might say that's weird, but if it was your favorite artist's boot and the opportunity presented itself, you do it too. Anyways, after this post went viral on Taylor Swift TikTok, fans praised her for her quick thinking and even compared her to a real-life Barbie doll for doing calf raises like a champ. At number 6, she sued her fans. Back in 2016, some fans began to question their loyalty to Taylor after many were hit with letters from Taylor's legal team to take down their fan-made Taylor merchandise. Taylor's team were targeting many Etsy shop owners who also happen to be Swifties as well. We all know how expensive official fan merch is already, so it seemed unfair that cheaper alternatives were being forced to be taken down. One fan in particular expressed her and her team's disappointment. They were a very small business and were not making any profit off their products. They were selling the items for fun and sold them for the same cost it was to make them, simply for the joy of making things for other Taylor Swift fans like themselves. The Etsy shop owner wrote, "When we got the email that the trademark infringement occurred, we were pretty much shocked because while our item was popular, we didn't feel as if it had become popular enough to cause harm to Taylor Swift's empire. We were shocked and we were scared. We didn't even make enough money for a lawyer, and this seemed like such a harmless and fun idea." Next at number 5 is who really taught her the guitar. In her 2020 Miss Americana Netflix documentary, Taylor shared the beginning of her music career. It pretty much started as soon as she started learning guitar, which she described as a magical twist of fate. And the rest being history. The magical twist of fate in question just so happened to go as Ronnie Kramer, a regular computer repairman who was hired by Taylor's parents to fix their family computer at the time. It's unclear how he went from fixing a broken computer to teaching a young Taylor some basic guitar chords, but hey, you don't mess with fate, right? Anyways, these basic guitar chords helped Taylor write some of her earliest songs and provided her the foundation she needed to realize a career in music was something she wanted to do. Ronnie ended up creating a website called ITaughtTaylorSwift.com, which got Taylor's team's attention. Her lawyers requested that he take down the site as it went against their trademark policies, but he refused. He claimed that he was being bullied and had zero intention on ever taking the website down. Some fans were also under the impression that Taylor even taught herself how to play. At the end of the day, it's very possible that it was just the mix of both Ronnie and her own self-discipline. Next up at number 4, she's not a family person. Now, speaking of the Miss Americana documentary, some fans were convinced that she and her dad were estranged after a recorded conversation they had regarding Taylor getting political with her fans. Scott Swift was opposed and advised her not to go in that direction. Her father was more so worried for her safety and reputation if she went ahead with it, while her team was concerned of a significant decrease in her following. She told them that she regretted not telling her fans where her political beliefs lie, and that she didn't care about the backlash that she could face from her more conservative followers. At that point, it wasn't about the followers or her reputation, it was about doing what she felt was right. Fans believed that this exchange alone and the fact that she was crying only caused a rift between them both. But during the summer, some videos were posted after one of her shows, and Taylor is seen giving her dad a hug. They looked far from estranged, and though they have their differences, rest assured that they're doing just fine. Coming at number 3 is the time she crashed a wedding. Probably mostly Taylor's longtime fans remember the time she was dating Connor Kennedy, one of former President John F. Kennedy's distant related descendants. The fact that they dated when he was freshly 18 years old and Taylor was 22 didn't raise as many alarms back then as they should have. Apparently at the time, Connor was still in high school, and though their relationship only lasted a few months, thank God, it's definitely still weird that it happened. Sorry, Taylor. Anyways, while they were still together, Taylor was his +1 when they attended his cousin's wedding. According to his cousin's mother, the wedding party was only notified of Taylor's attendance the evening before the wedding, and they even asked her not to come. But they showed up anyways, and though nothing super bad happened, aside from being asked to leave, many thought that it was weird that Taylor came despite being told not to. However, according to Taylor's reps, the bride in question, Kyle Kennedy, was very happy to host Taylor and even thanked her for coming. They even said that Taylor was actually invited, so who really knows what's the real story here? It's been a decade. Next at number 2 is the Taylor Swift versus Camilla Belle beef. Taylor was in some deep waters, and her being a girl's girl was put into question way before the term girl's girl was a thing. This was around the time she and Joe Jonas's breakup was considered fresh and still the latest piece of gossip in terms of Taylor's dating life. In her song Better Than Revenge, one of the lyrics read, "She's an actress better known for the things she does on the mattress," which was definitely some type of insult. And considering the fact that Joe started dating actress Camilla Belle after Taylor, fans put 2 and 2 together and came to the conclusion that it was about her. Though the actress never directly addressed the song or the line, fans believed she indirectly commented against Taylor during the heat of the whole Taylor and Kanye thing, where everyone was convinced that Taylor was a liar, which, spoiler alert, she wasn't, but that's a topic for another time. Camilla posted a quote that read, "No need for revenge, just sit back and wait. Those who hurt you will eventually screw up themselves, and if you're lucky, God will let you watch." And finally at number 1, how Taylor really started. No one really expected Taylor and Travis to date, or at least I didn't, and I mean that in the most respectful way possible. Because prior to them dating, Travis opened up about the time he failed at shooting his shot with Taylor. He attended her concert and wanted to smoothly pass over his phone number to her via friendship bracelets, which is a very common activity during Taylor's concerts, but the attempt failed. He said that Taylor was literally too busy to speak to anyone before and after the show, so sue me for doubting him actually getting with her. Anyways, they proved me and many others wrong, as the football star recently shared how Taylor came to be. To put it plainly, after he shot his shot, they ended up getting in touch anyways. During an interview, he said that a mutual between them definitely played Cupid, because it ended up being Taylor who reached out first and texted him. She even reminded him that he was lucky that she texted him in the first place, and after their first date, they hit it off immediately. So how do we feel about Taylor and Travis's developing relationship? I just hope they're both happy. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.